Chapter 6, this is going to be starting the anatomy of the Antebrachium, but specifically we're going to start with the bones. So this is an overview of all the bones we're going to encounter in this chapter. We have the ulna and the radius, which are going to be our two antebrachial bones. We also have 8 carpal bones. We'll have metacarpals, which are going to be similar to what we saw in the foot with metatarsals, and then also phalanges as well. Starting on the ulna, our first structure is called the Olecranon process, or sometimes you'll just see it simplified to just the olecranon. And what this is it is actually the tip of your elbow. So the point of your elbow, if you feel that on yourself, you are feeling the Olecranon process of your ulna. And so this is going to be the top of the ulna. You may also remember from the humerus in chapter 5, a structure on the posterior side of the humerus called the Olecranon fossa, and this is the bump that's going to fit into that depression. We also have something called the Trochlear Notch, or you'll see it called semilunar notch, and this is just going to be an indention in the bone between the Olecranon process and another structure called the Coronoid Process. And this is what is physically going to be sitting on the trochlea of the humerus and allows the ulna to pivot back and forth. The coronoid process is going to be the process sticking out to the front, and similar to what we saw with the olecranon process, this is going to fit in that coronoid fossa we saw on the humerus. We also have a structure called the radial notch, and this is going to be a little indention in the bone, and it's going to be on the lateral side of the bone, and this is where part of the radius is going to sit, and whenever it swivels around, it's kind of smoothened out this section, and this is what the radial notch is. We'll have shaft of the ulna, which is just that long, slender middle portion. And then at the end, we have something called the styloid process of the ulna, or you may see it called the medial styloid process or ulnar styloid process, but this is just the point down at the other end. So as we take a look at just the ulna in this picture, this is going to be our ulna. We're actually kind of looking at a lateral view just a little bit to the anterior. But what we can see is the olecranon, this big structure right here. So that is the tip of the elbow. That whole thing. And then we have the coronoid process, which we're going to cover up a little bit of this radial notch here, but just this bump that sticks out to the front, that is the coronoid process. And then we also have our trochlear notch or semilunar notch, and that is this entire indention right here. And so this is what sits on the trochlea and allows it to pivot back and forth, called the trochlear notch. Now we're going to focus on this radial notch right here. And so this is a little bit smaller. It's just going to be this section right here. And so this picture is showing you where the head of the radius sits in this radial notch right here. So this radial notch, one thing you want to make sure you understand is it tells you the radial notch is on the lateral side of the bone. As in our antebrachium, the ulna is going to be the medial bone and the radius will be lateral. So this tells you this is the lateral side of the ulna itself, and that'll help you figure out right from left. Now taking a look here, we have both of them put together, but we've got a little bit better view here. So more just straight anterior. So again, our olecranon, tip of the elbow, this top bump. Coronoid process is the one sticking right out, coming out of the screen at us. The trochlear notch is this big indention right here. And then the radial notch is currently taken up by the radius itself. As we move down, here's the shaft of the ulna. And then down at the bottom, we see this little point down here at the bottom of the ulna here. So that is the styloid process of the ulna. And so when you're going through in ulna, you want to find radial notch here. It tells you here's the lateral side of the bone. And then you want to make sure this trochlear notch is facing forward, or the coronoid process is sticking forward.